December, the bustling shopping season. Everyone wants to snag good items at a bargain price right away, and Harbor Freight, known for its countless cheap deals, is still considered a tool shopping paradise for Americans. But in 2025, a strange change is taking place. A customer said, "I regret signing up for the Inside Track Club membership for 2 years. It seems this membership package has too few benefits compared to previous years. There are no more small gift programs when you don't make a purchase." Well, one customer expressed everything is going up in price and coupons and freebies haven't been around for years. What's really going on at Harbor Freight? Why are so many customers saying they have to learn new laws just to get a discount? And if you're planning to shop here, you absolutely must watch this video so you don't get ripped off. Let's get started. In our research, we discovered an interesting paradox. Harbor Freight is experiencing its strongest growth in history, but is also under the most stress in history. By 2025, this chain had reached approximately 1,600 stores, spanning almost the entire United States. Imagine, it's like having a store at every major stop on a cross-country road trip. No matter where you go, you'll find Harbor Freight. However, behind that expansion lies a completely different picture. A retail expert told us, Harbor Freight is moving fast, but their path is becoming increasingly bumpy. Profit margins are tightening, operating costs are rising, and there is particular pressure from the rapidly changing professional tool market. All of this forced Harbor Freight to take action, and they took strong action. Throughout the data collection process, one factor emerged as the invisible force exerting the greatest pressure: tariffs. If we compare Harbor Freight's supply chain to a smoothly running machine, the 2024-2025 tariffs appear like sand thrown into the gears. It won't explode immediately, but the movement will become increasingly heavy, require more effort, and make everything less smooth. Most Harbor Freight products come from Asia. When import duties increase, the price to pay is not just a few numbers in the financial statements. It's a series of domino effects. Input costs increase, logistics costs are higher. The pressure to maintain the familiar low price becomes suffocating. What's noteworthy is that there was almost no official announcement. All changes happen silently until customers feel them on their final bill. A subtle change, but every customer feels it at the checkout counter. What makes the story compelling is that Harbor Freight cannot and does not want to raise prices too much. Their brand is built on 2 words: cheap. So, what solution did they choose? Restructuring the ecosystem at a discount. From coupons and promotions to product categories and strategies for professional customers, everything is adjusted to maintain revenue without resorting to a race to the bottom in terms of pricing. If Harbor Freight is like a ship, they are quietly changing the rudder's direction, not because they want to, but because they need to survive in the turbulent new waters. Do you think Harbor Freight is changing to survive or to enter a completely new market? In your opinion, what has the biggest impact on users' wallets during this period? In the next section, we will delve into the change that most upsets customers: coupon shock. A new law is changing the way people shop at Harbor Freight, and it's not as simple as you might think. For years, Harbor Freight coupons have been like a consumer's passport to power. Just by walking into the store and pulling out the 20% off coupon for any single item, you can almost unlock any item you want. Many mechanics say they never go shopping without a coupon in their pocket. A longtime customer described it this way: in the old Harbor Freight, coupons were like oxygen. Without them, it was truly hard to breathe. But then, the moment the door closed happened so quickly that many people didn't have time to react. From late 2024 into 2025, this legendary coupon type began to gradually disappear from flyers, emails, mobile apps, as if an invisible hand was silently retracting a privilege that had existed for decades. If we compare the 20% coupon of yesteryear to a ticket that could be used on any route, it has now become a ticket with a series of small notes and limitations that make customers feel like they are being led through a maze rather than down a straight avenue. During the investigation, we found that Harbor Freight did not cut back on its offers at all. They are only restructuring the release method. Instead of a simple coupon for all items, customers face a multi-layered ecosystem. Super coupons, deep discounts, but only for a few select items, dollar days, seasonal combo discounts, holiday, Black Friday, Christmas sales, lots of discount codes, but limited quantities, requested coupons, Inside Track Club, offers exclusively for members' credit card coupons, significant discounts but require opening a card, digital coupons, only usable through the app or online codes. One customer compared it by saying, "Back in the day, using coupons was as easy as flipping a switch. Now it's like having to decipher a code before the cashier." It's not hard to understand why many people feel like they're playing a game with constantly changing rules. What's making the discomfort spread so quickly is not just the fewer coupons, but the moment customers are publicly rejected at the counter. Many videos circulating on social media show employees are confused by the new regulations. The system doesn't accept the coupon even though the customer confirms it's still valid. Some stores apply inconsistent policies. This situation creates a general sense of unease. No one knows exactly what the new rules are. In internal investigations within the retail industry, common causes are often rapidly changing policies. The system is not synchronized. The staff wasn't trained in time. But for customers, the reason wasn't as important as the feeling of being rejected right before a long line of people waiting, which led many to turn on their cameras and share their stories. They're not angry about the coupon. They're angry about the feeling of being treated unfairly. After stringing together the facts, it can be seen that Harbor Freight did not intentionally tighten the offer. They are shifting from mass discounts to strategic discounts. The goal is to maintain profit margins despite tariff and cost pressures while directing customers toward product groups that offer more stable profits. But the problem is, customers weren't explained to beforehand. In your opinion, is restructuring the coupon in this way reasonable, or does it make things difficult for consumers? Have you ever had a coupon rejected? In the next part, we will delve into a more sensitive layer of change, the return and warranty policy, a factor that was once a strength of Harbor Freight, but is now becoming a source of much controversy. Beside the coupon changes, we also noticed an interesting point. Harbor Freight hasn't changed its 90-day return policy slogan at all. On paper, everything is still the same as before, but as we delved into each real-world case, we discovered a layer of hidden conditions that made this policy no longer as simple as in previous years. Many items are excluded from the outset: consumables, abrasives, specific accessories. Some devices are required to undergo technical inspection before being considered for exchange or refund. Specifically, fuel-powered products are often in the exchange-only, no refunds category. Additionally, a factor that surprises customers is the restocking fee, a charge applied when returning certain items. Not every store applies this, but it's precisely this inconsistency that makes shoppers feel like they're walking down a road where the signs are placed in unexpected locations. A significant portion of customer dissatisfaction also stems from customers understanding one thing, but the actual policy operating differently. The most typical example is a lifetime warranty. Many customers believe that lifetime means they can exchange or replace the product immediately if they encounter any issues. But in reality, this policy comes with many layers of conditions. The store has the right to inspect the product beforehand. Cases suspected of damage due to misuse may be rejected. Some items have a lifetime warranty in terms of the product's lifespan, not the customer's. A store manager shared with us, "Many customers think we're intentionally making things difficult, but in reality, the system requires us to complete all the necessary steps." However, from the customer's perspective, all they see is an unfulfilled promise. It can be seen that what caused the widespread outrage was not the new policy itself, but the way it was implemented. We identify three main causes. First, ambiguity in the information. Important terms are not always fully explained at the time of sale. Second, there is a lack of consistency between stores. One store accepts exchanges easily, while another requires a stricter process. This discrepancy makes customers feel like they're gambling every time they approach the service counter. And thirdly, touching the trust of longtime customers. Harbor Freight, once known for its easygoing nature. When that easygoingness disappears, the natural reaction is disappointment. You thought you were paying for a protective shield, but when you needed it to cover you, you discovered it had small holes you didn't even know about. In your opinion, how transparent should a return policy be for customers to feel it's fair? Have you ever encountered difficult return situations at any store? In the next part, we will delve into the hidden layer of strategy behind these changes. Which customer group is Harbor Freight targeting, and why does this shift make the DIY and professional communities feel like they are no longer themselves? A model that Harbor Freight seems to be moving toward is quietly shifting away from its image as a cheap haven for DIY enthusiasts and moving closer to a completely different market, the market for professional contractors. Internal brands like Icon, Hercules, or Bauer are no longer promoted as simply good enough, but are beginning to be associated with more committed phrases: durability, performance, and long-term stability. If you compare the previous image to a temporary goods store. By 2025, Harbor Freight is trying to transform itself into a true competitor in the semi-pro segment. They expanded their catalog, improved quality, added features, and upgraded materials, all like upgrading a car's engine, but still trying to keep the familiar exterior so customers wouldn't immediately notice. However, such a strategy always comes with a cost, and that cost didn't originate from the company. It starts from the buyer's side. A retail director made a suggestive statement: "If you want to play on the professional's court, you have to pay the entrance fee." When Harbor Freight upgrades its products, the price is sure to change. From market data sources, we note some new product lines are priced close to major competitors. The discounts are no longer as aggressive as they used to be. Many deals require additional conditions such as membership cards, package purchases, or combo purchases. It's noteworthy that everything happened quietly without widespread announcement. Just like changing the price list overnight, the next morning the customers returned, only to be surprised when the number had increased by a few units, enough for them to stop and think. If professional customers can accept the new price in exchange for better quality, casual users, those who buy for DIY projects at home, are not so easily persuaded. Many customers are already familiar with Harbor Freight as a kingdom of low prices. They're used to not needing to compare prices, used to the feeling that walking into a store means they're guaranteed to save money. But 2025 is breaking that. Now, buyers have to compare prices with Amazon, Home Depot, and Lowe's. Read the coupon terms and conditions carefully. Wait for the right sale. Check if the discount code requires membership. One customer described it very vividly. It's like coming back to a familiar home, but all the furniture has been rearranged. You know it's your home, but it doesn't feel the same as before. This is why many people feel Harbor Freight is changing without notice. Do you think the shift toward the professional segment is the right direction? In your opinion, should Harbor Freight prioritize improving quality or maintaining affordable prices? But there's still a crucial link in the wave of change. Customer outrage isn't just about price or coupons, it's about the feeling of losing the version of Harbor Freight they once trusted. In the next part, we will analyze why dissatisfaction has exploded so dramatically and what deeper truths it reflects about consumer behavior. For many years, Harbor Freight has been seen as a symbol of ease, low prices, fast shopping, coupons always available, no pressure returns. It's like the familiar diner on the corner. You walk in, don't need to look at the menu because you already know the rules of the game too well. But in 2025, things changed slightly and then quickly. Harbor Freight suddenly shifted from the image of cheap, easy, comfortable to a completely new version. Cheap with conditions, complex policies, must read every line carefully. This isn't just about price changes or coupons. It's an emotional reversal, like coming home after a long trip and finding the furniture rearranged. No one told you, no one explained. And any change that touches deep customer expectations can trigger a strong reaction, especially with the customer base that has been loyal to Harbor Freight for decades. In consumer psychology, there's a phenomenon called the expectation gap, the difference between what customers believe they will receive and what they actually get. At Harbor Freight 2025, that gap grows with each change. Customers think coupons are still as easy to use as before, but in reality, the list of exceptions gets longer every month. Customers think warranty means immediate replacement. In reality, it needs to be checked, verified, and sometimes requires waiting. Customers think 90-day flexible returns. In reality, many conditions apply. Customers think cheap is the default. In reality, you have to hunt for deals, compare prices, and watch for the right timing. Everything happened quietly, without a clear media campaign. It's not that Harbor Freight wants to make things difficult, but they are shifting their strategy to adapt to the market. But for customers, what they experience is simply this: everything is harder than it used to be. What's noteworthy is that the customer's anger didn't erupt from a major announcement or a significant change. It starts from very small moments. A person was denied a coupon in front of a long line of waiting customers. A customer was unable to exchange an item even though they believed they were acting within the law. A TikTok video captures a dialogue between a customer and an employee. A review article says that Harbor Freight is now too unpredictable. A few dozen seconds of content is enough to create a domino effect. A spark that's enough to spread through the DIY community, mechanics, electricians, groups that are already incredibly large and close-knit. In the age of social media, personal experiences can become community evidence in just a few hours, and Harbor Freight is fully embracing the power of that era. Do you think customers are angry because of the policy change itself, or because they feel left out? Have you experienced a similar change at any other stores? And now, let's talk about what you really need to know to avoid wasting money when shopping at Harbor Freight during this sensitive transition period. After analyzing the entire chain of changes, from coupons and return policies to product direction, one thing became clear: Harbor Freight 2025 is no longer a playing field you can enter with the same mindset as before. If we compare shopping in the past to driving on a familiar road, In 2025, that road will have a whole host of new signs. Whoever understands, they go straight. Those who don't know, they go back to the starting position. Here are some important touch points to help you avoid falling into an information blind spot. First, check the coupons before you go, as the new rules change every week. Even seasoned customers admit, now coupons are like the weather. They change quickly and are sometimes unpredictable. Don't expect paper coupons hanging in the store like before. The most effective deals are currently available on the Harbor Freight app, the official website, promotional emails, and some reputable deal websites. But you must carefully check the expiration dates. In fact, a user in Arizona once saved 30% just by finding a digital coupon that the store didn't print out. Second, keep the receipts, because in many cases, only mandatory processing can be done. A 90-day return policy sounds generous, but most stores require a receipt or confirmation email. No invoice also means a significant reduction in the ability to process returns. With gasoline-powered equipment, you need to carefully read the policy right at the counter. Products like generators, compressors, and fuel-powered equipment often have their own rules. Some items can only be exchanged, not refunded. Other numbers must undergo technical inspection. This is the product category most likely to cause controversy in 2025. Fourth, compare prices before buying, because prices are no longer fixed as they used to be. Harbor Freight is still cheap, but it's not always as cheap as it used to be. Compare it to Amazon, Home Depot, or Lowe's. Many items are only a few dollars more, but for large products, the difference can be significant. And if you buy expensive items, read the warranty carefully. Don't instinctively understand lifetime. In retail, lifetime often refers to the product life cycle, not the user life cycle. Understanding this will help you avoid disappointing misunderstandings. Have you ever snagged a wallet-saving deal at Harbor Freight? Or have you ever gotten into trouble for forgetting to read the warranty terms? Please share your story so everyone can learn from your experience. Harbor Freight is entering an unprecedented period of strong transformation. Changes in December 2025, from coupons, pricing, and warranty policies to product strategy restructuring, have left many customers feeling like they're losing the version of Harbor Freight they once trusted. But behind those fluctuations lies an undeniable reality. The market is changing, and Harbor Freight must also change to survive. Based on the analysis in this video, you can absolutely enter the store with a more proactive, alert, and better controlled mindset regarding your finances. What do you think about the recent changes at Harbor Freight? Do you think they are reasonable, or do they make things difficult for consumers? What memorable experiences have you had shopping at Harbor Freight this year? Would you like the next video to delve deeper into deal hunting tips, price comparisons, or quality reviews of Harbor Freight's new product lines? Leave a comment below. I always read every single comment and want to hear your perspective. If this video helps you understand the market picture more clearly and save money when shopping, please like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future analyses. The content in the video is compiled from public information sources, market analysis, and user experience. The video aims to accuse and does not assert any specific actions by the business. All information is for reference purposes only, serving educational and analytical purposes to help viewers gain a clearer perspective when shopping during market fluctuations.